Hello my intelligent friends, welcome to this lecture on the topic of bill of exchange or bills of exchange. This is the 7th chapter in your syllabus of bookkeeping and accountancy for 12th standard. Today's lecture I am going to talk about meaning of negotiable instruments. It's almost a theory lecture. Some practical problems I'll be solving, but they are also more on the theory basis as compared to calculation basis problems. Next lecture I am going to talk about the concept of due dates, and thereafter I'll be considering one lecture for one problem. So the total plan is to first of all discuss all the theory and then to start with practical problems which will involve journal entries or maybe ledger accounts. Today I'm going to talk about the most important theory part, that is meaning of negotiable instruments. Very fantastic topic, very beautiful topic. It will help you to understand how businesses enter into large value transactions on credit basis and how they settle those transactions. So let us start. Businesses can be classified into two different types of categories or two different categories. The first category is called as business to consumers. Now check the first part very properly. I have specifically used the word business to consumers. I have not used the word business to customer. There is a difference between the word customer and consumer. When you are saying customer, it means you are talking about the purchaser, buyer. Buyers may be having multiple different reasons for buying. A buyer may buy for himself, or a buyer may buy so that he can again sell. So that buyer who is buying for the purpose of his own requirement, he is called as buyer, customer who is a consumer. On the other hand, if the buyer is buying so that he can sell it to somebody else, in that case he is that buyer, that customer who is not a consumer. So first category of businesses is business to consumers, wherein one party, that is the seller, is a business and another party, that is the buyer, is the consumer. So when you are buying any goods from any shop, maybe your dresses, maybe chappals, shoes, or maybe you are purchasing food grains or vegetables or fruits, or you are ordering anything on Amazon, it may be laptop or mobile or clothes, anything which you are purchasing, all these things can be considered as the transactions which are business to consumer transaction, because you are purchasing food grains, vegetables, fruits, clothes, chappals, shoes or mobile or computer or any other thing for the purpose of your self consumption. That means one party is the seller, other party is that buyer who is interested in consuming for self consumption. So these type of transactions are called as business to consumer transactions. What is the specialty of these transactions? Normally these are transactions of low value. The amount may be in hundreds or amount may be in thousands. Rarely the amount may near to a lakh of rupee or something like that. So here you will find that the settlement of the transaction, payment part of the transaction, can be done either by using cash or by using check or by using debit card or credit card or by using payment apps like Phone Pay, Google Pay or some other payment app which you may be using, or even by using the facility of internet banking. So these are the different ways in which business to consumer transactions can be settled, or the payment part of the business to consumer transaction can be handled either by paying cash or by issuing a check or by using debit card or credit card or by using various payment apps or by using your internet banking facility. One party is the business seller, other party is the consumer who is purchasing for self consumption. In such situation, the settlement of the transaction, payment of the transaction is done either by using cash, check, debit, credit card or payment apps or by using internet banking. On the other hand, if we are considering second type of business, wherein one party, that is the seller, is also a business and another party, that is the buyer, is also a business, in such a situation it will be called as B2B type of business, business to business. First one B2C, business to consumer, and second one B2B, that is business to business. So if I am going to the farmer and purchasing wheat from the farmer, afterwards converting the wheat into wheat flour, you can understand that I am considered as a B2C transaction, or my transaction with the farmer will be considered as B2C transaction. On the other hand, if Annapurna Atta is going to the same wheat farmer and purchasing wheat from the farmer, afterwards converting it into Annapurna Atta and selling the same, that means Annapurna Atta company has purchased wheat not for the purpose of self-consumption but for the purpose of converting it into wheat flour, and afterwards not to use the wheat flour for self-consumption but to sell the wheat flour to somebody else. In such a situation, the transaction between the farmer and Annapurna Atta company will be considered as B2B transaction, business to business transaction. What is the specialty of these type of transactions? These are high value transactions, large transactions. The amount is never going to be in thousands or hundreds. It is going to be always in lakhs or sometimes even crores of rupees. If that is the situation, then settling these transactions, making payment for these transactions by way of cash or by way of check is possible. But generally you will find that cash transactions or cash settlement may not be done, because there are various provisions under the Income Tax Act where large value transactions are not recommended to be done in cash. So generally these transactions will be settled either by using check or by using internet banking facility, not even by using your PhonePe apps. Generally by check or by using internet banking facility. In such a situation, one more technique can be used for the purpose of settlement of transaction. That technique is called as the technique of bills of exchange or promissory notes. Bills of exchange or promissory notes. How they are different as compared to cash and check? Cash is printed by RBI, signed by the governor of RBI, and the maximum denomination of cash as on today, of a currency note as on today in India, is 2000 rupees. So if you want to pay 1 lakh rupees, you don't have one single note of 1 lakh rupees. You'll have to count 2000 rupees one time, two time, three time, and so many different bundle of notes. Then you are going to give 1 lakh rupees. So it is printed by RBI, signed by RBI governor, and the maximum denomination is also determined by RBI governor. On the other hand, if you are going to issue a check, then it is going to be signed by you. Amount is written by you. So if you want to give 1 lakh rupees by way of cash, then you will have to give 2000 rupee notes in multiple numbers, or maybe 500 rupee notes in multiple numbers, or maybe 100 rupee notes, or as the case may be. But if you are interested in giving a check for 1 lakh rupees, it is possible. A single leaf of check can be used for the purpose of making payment. And who will sign it? You will sign it. So cash printed by RBI, signed by RBI ka governor. Maximum value of one currency note is determined by RBI. So obviously it is inconvenient. Especially for large value transactions, it is extremely inconvenient. On the other hand, if you are going to use a check, then it is signed by you, not by the governor of RBI. The amount is not already pre-printed. The amount is going to be written by you. You will write the amount. You will sign the check. But most important, you cannot prepare a check in any manner. The check will be printed by the bank where you are having the bank account. It's a blank check, but it is a special type of ink which is used by the bank for the purpose of printing the checkbook. On that checkbook, where your account number and your bank name and bank address, everything else is written, that particular blank checkbook you are going to use, then you are going to put the name, you are going to put the amount, and you are going to put the signature. So that is a check. On the other hand, now if you are thinking about the last category, that is bills of exchange or promissory note, this is an extraordinary situation. Number one, it is signed by you. Number two, the amount is written by you. Number three, very, very important. Number three, it is not printed by anybody. It is on your own piece of paper. You are just required to affix a stamp on the same. So this is giving you more liberty to prepare your own money. For the purpose of settling the transaction, you require cash, but cash you will have to take from RBI, and you will have to follow the rules of RBI. It may be convenient, it may be inconvenient. Generally, cash is convenient only for the purpose of small value transaction, not for the purpose of large value transactions. Large value transactions, you can go for internet banking, or you can go for check. Check is again a piece of paper which is printed by the bank, but it is kept blank for multiple things. Those things you are going to specify. Remember, cash is by default bearer. Nobody's name is written on cash, but on check you will have to write the name of the person, or you can convert it into bearer check. So cash is by default bearer, check can be either bearer or naming a particular person to whom the payment is to be made. And bill of exchange is one step ahead now. Number 1, any amount. Number 2, your signature. Number 3, blank piece of paper with only a stamp to be affixed. So we are telling the businesses that you can create your own piece of paper which can be used for the purpose of settlement of transaction. So this piece of paper will have to have now proper weight. It should not be used by people for the purpose of deceiving each other. In case of cash also we have seen that there can be fake currency and it causes trouble. So in case of bill of exchange, if it is not signed by RBI governor, if it is not printed by anybody else, but it is a plain piece of paper on which just a stamp is affixed, there is a greater chance that it can be used for the purpose of deceiving people. That should not happen. So how it gets controlled, that is decided by the Negotiable Instruments Act. Negotiable Instrument Act controls the transactions of creation of bills of exchange and settlement of bills of exchange, or creation of promissory notes and settlement of promissory note. In fact, a check is also considered as a negotiable instrument, so that is also governed by the Negotiable Instruments Act. Check, bills of exchange and promissory notes are basically 3 negotiable instruments which are covered under the Negotiable Instruments Act. So let me repeat, there are 2 different types of businesses. One is B2C, wherein transaction value is small, so generally the transactions are going to be settled by way of cash or check or debit card or credit card or payment apps or internet banking. Second one, B2B transactions, where the transaction volume is very large, value is very big. In such a case, cash is okay, but cash is generally not recommended because it is inconvenient, and plus income tax rules may be giving more trouble to you. So better not to consider cash, but to consider check or internet banking or bills of exchange or promissory note. Check, bills of exchange or promissory note are 3 different instruments which are governed under the Negotiable Instruments Act. This act was passed in the year of 1881, way before even independence of India. It was passed by British government. 1881, the Negotiable Instruments Act. And it specifies that negotiable instrument means any of these 3 things, either a check or a bill of exchange or a promissory note. All these 3 different instruments are called as negotiable instruments. Okay. Then what is a bill of exchange? Section 5 of the Negotiable Instruments Act of 1881 defines bills of exchange as, remember our topic is bills of exchange, ultimately all accounting entries we are going to pass for bills of exchange. So let us understand the meaning of it. And what is the definition? It tells you a bill of exchange is an instrument in writing. There are certain words which I have converted into bold letters. So I want you to understand those letters properly. A bill of exchange must be in writing. That means a bill of exchange cannot be an oral promise, cannot be oral promise. It will have to be in writing. Containing an unconditional order, so it is not a request. An order requires 2 persons, the person who gives the order and the person to whom the order is given. That means a bill of exchange will always require 2 persons. One person who is preparing the bill of exchange is actually passing an order. Then the other person to whom the order is given, he is required to accept that, okay, this is the order given to me, I will follow this order. So bill of exchange is an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order signed by the maker, the person who gives the order. Since it is not an oral order, since it is a written order, then the person who gives the order should sign it that I have given this order. Directing a certain person to pay a certain sum of money only, either to or to the order of a certain person or to the bearer of the instrument. So a bill of exchange can be prepared as a bearer instrument, or bill of exchange can be prepared just like a check having the name of the person. But it is necessary that bill of exchange must have a specific amount mentioned there. The bill of exchange cannot be a blank thing. Bill of exchange will have to have specific amount written there. And bill of exchange always talks about ultimately to pay it by way of using money. So try to understand, bill of exchange is not an oral instrument, it's a written instrument. as it's an instrument, the language of it talks about it is an order. So there are two parties. Number one, the person who gives the order. Number two, the person to whom the order is given. The person who gives the order must sign the same, and the person to whom the order is given should also sign it. But before signing, he is going to check whether his name is properly written or not, to whom he is supposed to pay ultimately, how much amount he is supposed to pay ultimately, is the person to whom it is to be paid, it is mentioned or it is a bearer instrument. All these things he is going to see first, and then he is going to accept the same. So we are going to solve certain questions today of format of bill of exchange, how the format of bill of exchange is prepared. Okay, then we will understand all these different points again there. So what is the meaning of bill of exchange we have understood. Let us now consider the second point, that is promissory note. Now bill of exchange is defined under section 5 of the Negotiable Instrument Act, and promissory note is defined under section 4 of the Negotiable Instrument Act. Section 4 tells you a promissory note is defined as an instrument in writing. Again, it's an instrument in writing, not being a banknote or a currency note. That means it is not a check, or it is not a traveler's check, etc. It is not any instrument which is prepared by the bank, and it is also not a currency note. It is containing an unconditional undertaking signed by the maker. Undertaking, it's a promise. Bill of exchange is an order. Promissory note is an undertaking. Bill of exchange tells you should pay. I am giving an order, you will have to pay. Whereas promissory note says I am going to pay. Bill of exchange is prepared by the creditor, whereas promissory note is prepared by the debtor. Creditor is giving an order to the debtor that you will have to pay. In that case, it becomes a bill of exchange. Whereas a debtor is giving a promise to the creditor, okay, I will pay. Before you are drawing any bill on me and sending it to me as an order, I myself on my own am preparing a note. In that note I am writing that I am going to pay. So there is no need for you to prepare a bill of exchange on me. I am giving the promissory note. So there are two ways in which the note can be prepared. Number one, note prepared by the creditor, which is giving an order to the debtor. In that case, it is called as bill of exchange. Whereas a note prepared by the debtor, directly giving a promise to the creditor, in that case it is not called as bill of exchange, but it is called as a promissory note. It is signed by the maker to pay a certain sum of money only to or to the order of a certain person or to the bearer. So promissory note can also be a bearer note. But remember, promissory note should not be considered as currency note. A currency note is not a promissory note. Why? Because currency note is governed by the rules of RBI. It's a totally different thing. It is a promise given by RBI ka governor. Promissory note is not a promise given by RBI governor, but it is given by the person who is preparing the promissory note. So RBI issued currency note should not be called as promissory note. I am repeating again, if the note contains an order, then it is called as bill of exchange. If on the other hand, note contains a promise, then it is called as promissory note. Section 5, section 4. So then what is a bill of exchange? What are the features of bill of exchange? I can say bill of exchange, number one, it should be in writing. It must be stamped as per the Indian Stamp Act of 1899. It must be dated. It should have a date, remember, that is necessary. Bill of exchange must have a date. Remember, your currency note does not have a date, but check has a date. Similarly, bill of exchange should also have a date. On which date the bill of exchange is drawn, that is necessary to mention. If your bill of exchange does not carry the date of drawing, then it is useless. You will have to have a date. On your currency note there is no date, but on bill of exchange it should be dated. On check it should be a dated check. If you are going to present a check in the bank that please honor this check and the date is not written, banker will specify, sorry, first you write the date, then I am going to honor it. I will not directly accept it. Same is the case with bill of exchange. It will have to have a date. It must contain an order to pay certain sum of money, because bill of exchange is an order to pay certain sum of money. The order must be unconditional and the amount must be payable either to a certain person whose name is written there or his order. He may specify that, okay, it is in my name, but I want you to pay to this X, or maybe to Y, or maybe to Z. Or it may also be mentioned that it will have to be paid to the bearer of the bill. And most important, it must be signed by the maker. Based on these discussion, we can consider that bill of exchange generally involves three parties. Number one, drawer. Number two, drawee. And number three, payee. Who is a drawer? Drawer is a person who draws or makes the bill and signs on it. Drawer is a person who draws or makes the bill and signs on it. He is the maker. He is giving the order. He is the creditor who is entitled to receive the money from the debtor. For the drawer, the instrument, it will be called as his bills receivable, because he is giving an order on the basis of which he can demand money. That's why it is called as a bill which is receivable. On the other hand, drawee is the person on whom the bill is drawn. He will have to accept the bill which is drawn upon him. So in that case, you can understand very easily. If the drawer is the creditor, then the drawee must be the debtor. For the drawee, the instrument is his bills payable, since he has to pay the amount of the bill. So for the drawer it is bills receivable, for the drawee it is bills receivable. Payee, on the other hand, is the person to whom the payment is to be made. Many a times you will find that the drawer and the payee may be same, because I am drawing a bill. Let us say X has drawn the bill on Y, stating that Mr. Y, pay me or my order a sum of rupees 10,000 for the value received. And on the due date, X himself is going to Y and asking the payment by showing the bill. In that case, you can understand that X, since he drew the bill, he is the drawer. Y, since the bill was drawn upon Y and accepted by Y, he is called as drawee. And on the due date, X only presented the bill to Y, and ultimately Y honored the bill. So X becomes the payee. I hope you have understood the situation. There is a chance that on the due date, X may give the bill to Z and tell him to collect the money from Y. In such a situation, bill was drawn by X, so X becomes drawer. Bill was drawn on Y and accepted by Y, so Y becomes drawee. But on the due date, instead of X going to Y's place, it is Z who is going to Y's place and demanding the money by showing the bill. Y is not interested in seeing who is handing over the bill. He is not interested in checking whether it is Mr. X or it is Mr. Z, because the bill was already mentioning either pay me or my order. So the moment Z is presenting the bill, Y will assume that X has given the order to Y to make the payment to Z. So he will make payment to Z. Z becomes the person to whom the payment is made. So Z becomes payee. In this situation, drawer and payee are different. But in some situations you will find that drawer and payee can be same. So one more thing I can write here if I want to specify. Point number 4, payer. Payer is the person who pays the bill. Payer is the person who pays the bill. Now based on the discussion which I have made, I am very sure that you will understand it very easily, that although let me just change it here. This one is here. Okay. Yes. Although drawer and payee can be different, drawee and payer are always going to be same, because it is the drawee who has accepted the bill. So on the due date, the drawee himself must pay the bill. So I can add one more sentence here. Drawer and payee may be same or may be different. Payer is the person who pays the bill. Drawee is always the payer. I hope it is clear to all of you. Write it down properly. Drawer, drawee, payee and payer. Drawer and payee may be same, may not be same. But drawee and payer is always same. Pause the video, write down these features, write down the parties to bill of exchange, write down their nature properly, and once it is completely written properly, then you can go for resuming the video. Let us now consider second point, that is promissory note. What are the features of promissory note? It should be in writing. It must be stamped as per the Indian Stamp Act, similar to like that of bill of exchange. It must be dated. It should also have a date. It must contain a promise. Earlier it was, it must contain an order. Here it is promise. Okay, it must contain a promise to pay certain sum of money. The promise must be unconditional. Amount must be payable either to a certain person or to his order or to the bearer of the note, and it must be signed by the maker. So what are the parties to the promissory note? Promissory note will have basically two parties. Number one, maker or drawer. He is the person who draws the promissory note. That means he is the debtor. He is the one who promises to pay certain sum of money as specified by the promissory note. He is also called as promisor. He is the debtor. Drawee or payee is the person in whose favor the promissory note is drawn. He is also called as the promisee. Okay, he is also called as the promisee. Once E is missing, yeah, he is also called as a promisee. I hope everybody has understood the points. Please write them down. Once you have completed writing the same, let us go ahead. Now this negotiable instrument, that is either your bill of exchange or your promissory note, they can be of three types. First one is called as after date. What is the meaning of after date? It is an instrument which is having a finite life. It is not having infinite life. It is having a finite life, fixed life. Its life is calculated from the date of drawing. Its life is calculated from the date of drawing. That's why it is called as after date. On the other hand, if it is after sight, then also instrument is basically having finite life. Instrument is basically having finite life, but the life is calculated from the date of acceptance and not from the date of drawing. So there is a date on which the order is drawn, and afterwards it is given to the drawee to accept the same. If the date of drawing and the date of acceptance are one and the same, then after date or after sight difference is not important. On the other hand, if the date of drawing and date of acceptance are two different dates, then it is necessary to check what is the construction of the bill of exchange, how the bill of exchange is drafted. If it is drafted after date, then its due date will be calculated, its life will be calculated, when it should be presented, when it should be honored, that will be calculated from the date of drawing the bill. On the other hand, if it is drafted as after sight bill, in that case, although it is having a finite life, that life will be calculated not from the date of drawing, but it will be calculated from the date of acceptance. And third one is called as on sight or on demand or on presentment. On sight, on demand or on presentment. In this case, the instrument has infinite life. It does not have finite life. When it will be presented to the drawee that make payment of the same now, in that case it will complete its life and it will come to an end. Till that time, the bill can be continuously shifted from or transferred from one person to another person. It can change hands multiple number of times. Till the time it is not presented to the drawee, it can be used just like your currency note. It can be used just like your currency note. So bills or promissory notes can be drawn, basically bill of exchange can be drawn in three different ways. First one, after date. Second one, after sight. And third one, on sight, on demand, on presentment. Third one is called as an instrument which is having infinite life. Its life will come to an end only if it is presented to the drawee. On the day on which it is presented to the drawee, it will end its life and it will have to be honored. Then the piece of paper is useless thereafter, because it will be converted into money and it will be gone. But first two types, that is after date or after sight, are having a finite life. So they are created on a particular day and they are going to get matured on a particular day. After that day, they do not have any value. After that day, they cannot be transferred to each other. After that day, they cannot be used for the purpose of negotiation. They cannot be used for the purpose of settlement of transaction. Till that time, they can be given multiple number of times to each other, just like currency note. But then what is their life? That life starts from the date on which they are drawn or from the day on which they are accepted. If the date of drawing and date of acceptance are one and the same, then first category, second category difference is not important. But if the date of drawing and date of acceptance are different, then it becomes very important from which date we should calculate the life of that particular bill. It may be 3 months, it may be 6 months, it may be 5 months, as it is mentioned on the bill of exchange. That period of 5 months, 6 months, 3 months, from which date it should be calculated. If it is after a date bill, it should be calculated from the date of drawing. If it is after site bill, it should be calculated from the date of acceptance. If it is on site, on demand, on presentment, this point doesn't happen because it is not having a finite life, it is having infinite life. So just remember this point. At this moment it may be a little bit difficult to understand, but once we solve certain questions on drafting of bill of exchange, then you'll automatically understand what is the meaning of these things. Okay. So here we come with the bill of exchange. What is the format of bill of exchange? Pause the video, read the format properly. There are certain letters which I have written in italics and they are having gray shade, and certain letters which are having normal letters and they are having normal black color. That means they are the fixed letters or fixed words, and those words which are in italics or they are in gray color, they always change from problem to problem, situation to situation. There is one place for the purpose of stamp. Pause the video, prepare the format. After the format is prepared, resume the video and then I'll discuss the thing. Okay, so let me start. I am assuming that you have written the format. See the bill of exchange. On the left hand side there is a place for stamp. This is the stamp which is required to be considered as per the Stamp Act. In the Stamp Act it will be mentioned what is the value of the stamp to be affixed. This is not postal stamp, remember, this is a stamp which is called as revenue stamp. This is not available in your post office directly. You have to go for court fee stamp, separate stamping. The value of the stamp many a times will depend upon the value of bill of exchange. So it will specify if the bill of exchange is below rupees so and so, then stamp should be of rupee 1 or should be of rupees 10 or should be of rupees 50, something like that. And bill of exchange is between this amount to that amount, then what should be the value of stamp? So stamp is necessary. Then on the right hand side we are talking about drawer's name, drawer's address and date of the bill. Drawer means the person who has drawn the bill. Drawer means the person who is the creditor. Drawer means the person who is giving the order. So first identify who is the drawer, drawer's name, then drawer's address. On top right corner of bill of exchange, top right corner of bill of exchange, drawer's name, drawer's address and date of bill. Date of bill means the date on which the bill is drawn. Then below the stamp write the amount in figure. Then mention the period of bill. Next line, period of bill. It may be 30 days or 1 month or 3 months or 6 months, etc. So let us say 3 months after date, pay Mr. so and so or Miss so and so, name and address of the payee. Name of the payee and address of the payee, both the things should be mentioned. The person to whom it should be paid. Payee means the person to whom it should be paid. His name and his address should be written, or his or her order, a sum of rupees, again same amount, whatever amount you have mentioned in this rupees in figures, the same amount will be written here, but it will be in words. So amount in figure and amount in words, both the amount should be written. Period of the bill, after date, pay Mr. so and so or Miss so and so, or his or her order, a sum of rupees so and so only for the value received. Very important word, for the value received. It means a bill of exchange can be drawn by you only when, a valid bill of exchange can be drawn by you only when the other party to whom you are giving the order has already received some value from you. So you have sold goods to him or you have provided services to him. So you have become his creditor, he has become your debtor, but he has not yet given you cash, he has not yet given you internet banking payment, or he has not given you any payment by way of different apps. He is your debtor. So in that case you are telling him, instead of just being a debtor in my books, let me draw a bill on you, accept the same and give it back to me. That will be considered as for the value received. So if I have not yet sold the goods to you, if I have not yet provided any services to you, then I do not have a right to draw a bill of exchange on you. Or even if I draw a bill of exchange on you, it is not valid. It is something which is required to be avoided. Okay, That is called as accommodation bill. Without receiving value, if you are drawing the bill and other party is accepting the same, obviously it is not possible unless there is a very fast friendship. Because I am not selling you anything, but still I am asking you to pay me. You can understand the situation. It's not very easy. That is called as accommodation bill. But in 12th standard syllabus, accommodation of bills of exchange is not in your syllabus. That's why I'm not discussing the same. If you're going to study CA foundation, etc., then the topic of accommodation of bills of exchange will come. There I can specify that a bill of exchange is drawn without receiving any value. Without receiving any value. Okay. So let me repeat again. The heading is written on the top in the center, bill of exchange. Left hand side there is a stamp. Right hand side top right corner. Drawer's name, drawer's address and date of bill. Then rupees in figure. Then period of the bill, after date, pay me or sorry, pay Mr. So and so or Miss So and so, their name and address of the payee or his or her order, a sum of rupees so and so, again the same amount which was written in figures, now it should be written in words only, comma, for the value received. If you forget to write for the value received, then in examination when the problem of pro forma bill of exchange will come, you will lose your marks. So don't forget that particular thing. For the value received is a very important sentence. Then on the right hand side, drawer's name and drawer's signature. So up to this line, you can understand, up to this line, drawee is not coming in picture. Everything is written by drawer. Drawer's name, drawer's address, payee's name, payee's address. Drawee is not coming. Then drawer's signature. And thereafter you are writing drawee's name, in whose name the bill is drawn, to whom the order is given, who is the debtor. That drawee's name will come here, drawee's address will come here. Then the drawee will have to put his name again here. He'll have to write a word accepted here, and then he'll have to put a date of acceptance. He'll have to put a signature here, drawee's name and signature and date of acceptance. Okay, so let me write down here drawee's name and signature. Okay. Yes. So bill of exchange, stamp, drawer's name, drawer's address, date of bill, amount in figure, period of bill, after date, comma, pay me or sorry, pay Mr. So and so or Miss So and so, their name, the payee's name and payee's address or his or her order, a sum of rupees so and so only, comma, for the value received, again signature and drawer's name, the person who prepared the bill, thereafter drawee's name, drawee's address. Then drawee should use the word accepted. He should write that word accepted. Writing the word accepted is necessary, and then he should put his name and signature again, and then he should put the date of acceptance. Now you can understand that if the word used here is after a date, that means this is which bill of exchange? This becomes after date bill, because the wording used is period of bill after date. On the other hand, if you want to prepare after sight bill of exchange, then you will have to change the wordings. Then it will be period of the bill after sight. It will not be after date, it will become after sight. And in such situation, the life of the bill will not be calculated from the date of drawing, but it will be calculated from the date of acceptance. So if the word is after date, then life of bill starts from this date. If the word here is after sight, then the life of the bill starts from this date, date of acceptance. I hope now everybody has understood the concept. So this is the format of bill of exchange, and in your examination you will always find at least one question, compulsory question, for the purpose of drawing the pro forma bill of exchange. Okay, pro forma bill of exchange. So let me consider some questions on drawing of bill of exchange. Now before I go ahead for the questions of bill of exchange, these 4 different points are also required to be kept in mind. The drawee, when he gets an order from the drawer, where the drawer has put the signature and given it to drawee, drawee is supposed to write the word accepted. He is required to he is supposed to write his name and his acceptance, his date of acceptance. Here also I'll have to add the words name and signature. Okay. After he does that, so this was the bill of exchange format. After he does that, then we can specify that the acceptance is complete and the bill of exchange is proper. But it does not mean that the drawee must accept the bill as it is. Sometimes the drawee may be specifying that I am ready to accept the bill, but I am not ready to accept the bill exactly in the manner in which it is drawn by the drawer. But I'm having some of my qualifications, some of my conditions, some of my modifications. So what he's saying, five types of qualifications are allowed, 5 types of modifications are allowed. Modifications does not mean he's going to change the amount here. Modifications does not mean he's going to change the amount here. Modifications mean very simple thing. What is that? He can write the word accepted and he will specify accepted but for 3 months. Accepted for 3 months. So here it is mentioned that 4 months bill or maybe 2 months bill. So drawee is saying yes, it is accepted by me, but not as 2 months bill. I am accepting it as 3 months bill. Or the bill is drawn as after date and is saying that it is date of bill is so and so. I am accepting it, but from today, not from earlier date. Or qualified as to place. So I can specify accepted, but only if payment is to be made in Mumbai, or only if payment is to be made in Delhi, or only if payment is to be made in Pune. So if it is presented to me in Bangalore, my office will not honor it because I am having multiple offices. I am the drawee. I am having office in Mumbai, I am having office in Pune, I am having office in Bangalore. But this bill, if you want it to be honored, then it should be presented only in Mumbai. Then only it will be paid by me. Otherwise, I will not pay the same. That means he is putting a condition: accepted for payment in Mumbai or accepted for payment in Pune. Something of that sort. Next is qualified as to amount. So although you have written the amount maybe here 10,000. The drawee may specify that no, I am accepting it only for rupees 9,500. So qualified as to amount, or qualified as to parties, that this particular pay only, accepted for this pay only and not his order. Something of that sort can happen. Next one is qualified as to condition, or the drawee may put some extra condition to be fulfilled by the drawer. Accepted only upon delivery of extra goods to be given by the drawer on so and so date. Accepted only if drawer does this. Accepted only if drawer does that. Some extra conditions drawee wants to put. So 5 different types of qualifications can be added by the drawee. That is how the drawee can also control the way in which bill of exchange is drawn. Basically, drawing of bill of exchange is the work to be done by maker, to be done by creditor, to be done by drawer. And drawee is having only one work. What is that? Acceptance. If that is the case, one may feel that drawee is helpless and drawer is powerful. Drawer gives the order, drawer dictates the things, and drawee merely accepts the same. Basic scheme is the same. However, in reality, drawee, although he is not having equal control, although he is not having same position as that of drawer, still he has got some right of reducing the power of bill of exchange or changing the power of bill of exchange. He can use his power by adding extra words in front of accepted. He can specify accepted for 3 months only, or accepted for payment in Pune only, or accepted up to rupees so and so only, or accepted for payment for only this party, or accepted for some other condition. That's what he can do, and thereby he can change the power of the bill of exchange. Generally, the bill of exchange is under the control of drawer. Sometimes drawee may use only these 5 different situations for the purpose of changing the intention of the drawer or order of the drawer. Clear to all of you? Next one, let us now consider some problems on format of bill of exchange. Okay. What is the question? It is the format of after date bill with general acceptance. From the following details, prepare a format of bill of exchange. Drawer is Mr. Prakash Rao, 648 Korol Plaza, SB Road, Pune. Drawee is Mr. Rahul Dev, 236 Rajapur Road, Jalgaon. Amount is 44,500. Tenure or term is 3 months. Date of bill is 3rd June 2019 and date of acceptance is 7th June 2019. Now sir, they have not told. In the problem they have not told whether it is a after date bill or after site bill or on site bill. If nothing is mentioned, simple rule, if nothing is mentioned, then we'll always assume that the bill is after date bill. If the problem is clearly telling you that it should be after site, then it will be after site. If the problem is clearly telling you it is on site, then it will be on site. If the problem is clearly telling you it is after date, then it is after date. But if the problem is silent, then it is after date. So if it is after date, then it is after date. If it is after site, then it is after site. If the problem tells on site, then it is on site. If the problem is silent, then it is assumed to be after date. Okay, so let us now quickly draw the format. I am copying the format from here. You are required to draw the format, remember. I am lucky that I can draw the format and I can quickly use it here. Just a minute. Yes. So this is the format. I think I'll have to disappear from the screen so that it will be easy for you to understand the things. Yeah, let me disappear from the screen now. The format says on top of the format there should be bill of exchange word. Yes, that is true. Then there should be stamp. The place of stamp is also complete. Now who is the drawer? Drawer is Mr. Prakash Rao. Drawer's name will come here. So I'll write here Mr. Prakash Rao. Mr. Prakash Rao. There is no need to underline him and there is no need to italicize him. Okay, and I'll change the letter color now to black because it is a final answer now. Okay, drawer's address. What is the address of Mr. Prakash Rao? 648 Karol Plaza, SB Road, Pune. So I'll write it here. 648 Karol Plaza, SB Road, Pune. And the date of bill they have told is 3rd June 2019. So I'll come here, I'll write here 3rd June 2019. June 2019. You can write 03/06/2019. That method of writing the date is also acceptable. Okay. What is the amount of bill? The amount of bill is rupees 44,500. So I'll write it here 44,500. $44,000. Yes, just a minute. 500, not 400. $44,500. What is the period of bill? Period of bill is 3 months. So I'll write here 3 months after date. Months after date. Pay me or my order. To whom to pay? Nothing is mentioned now. Drawer's name is given, drawee's name is given, but pay's name is not given. So in that case I'll have to specify. Here the wording will change. It will be simple wording: pay me or my order. Pay me or my order. A sum of rupees how much? 44,500. $44,500 only. I'll have to remove the underline and yeah, let me just complete this thing. Very good. Color is black and this space I'll remove. Okay. 3 months after date. Since the pay's name is not given, we are writing pay me or my order. A sum of rupees 44,500 only for the value received. Here drawer's name again, Mr. Prakash Rao. Now we cannot sign on his behalf, so we'll just put the word SD. SD means signature. Okay. Mr. Prakash Rao. Okay. Next one, drawee's name. What is the name of the drawee? Name of drawee is Mr. Rahul Dev. So I'll come here, I'll write here Mr. Rahul Dev. and drawing's address is 236 Rajapur Road, Jalgaon. I'll write it here. 236 Rajapur Road, Jalgaon. Be quick, write it down. Don't waste your time. 236 Rajapur Road, Jalgaon. Okay. Then the word accepted should be there. And then draw his name and his signature. Mr. Rahul Dev, and the date of acceptance is given by the problem as what? 7th June 2019. So I'll write here 7th June 2019. I hope you can understand now how the format of bill of exchange is prepared on the basis of information given in the problem. In exam, you will always find that there is at least one question of preparation of bill of exchange format. Simple question, 5 marks straight away available to you. Okay. They will always give you the basic details, and based on that you are going to prepare the format. If you know exactly where to write which particular thing, then it is good. You must know what is the top right corner stands for. Top right corner stands for a drawer. So look into your problem, find out the details of drawer and write them on the top right corner. Bottom left corner will be drawee. So write down under that particular corner. Draft the sentence properly. Write the amount properly. Once that is done, the work is over. Simple. Okay, let us consider next question now. From the following details, prepare the format of bill of exchange. Drawer is Mukund Desai. His address is number 14 Heritage Heights, Nagpur. Drawee is Mr. Yogesh Tilak, Narayanpet, Pune. Amount is 30,000. Tenure is 90 days. Date of bill is 16th of July. Date of acceptance is 20th July 2019. Payee is Shravan Dave Panvel. That means in this problem, the payee's name is given. So now we cannot say pay me or my order. It will have to be pay to Shravan Dave or his order. I hope you have understood the things. So let me copy the format of the previous problem and just quickly complete it here. You are going to help me. On the top right corner, who are supposed to be considered by us? It is always the drawer we should be considered. Who is the drawer here? Mr. Mukund Desai. So let me go to Mr. Mukund Desai. Next is his address is number 14 Heritage Heights, Nagpur. Number 14 Heritage Heights, Nagpur. The bill is drawn on 16th of July 2019. So I'll write here 16th of July 2019. The bill is of rupees 30,000. So I'll write the amount here 30,000. The period of the bill is 90 days. So I'll have to change the wording here 90 days. 90 days after date. Sir, how did you understand it is after date or after sight or on site? If nothing is mentioned, we always assume that the bill is after sight. After date. So we are considering 90 days after date. Pay not me. Pay whom? Pay Mr. Shravan Dave Panvel. Pay Mr. Shravan Dave, comma, his address Panvel, comma, or his order, not my order now, or his order, a sum of rupees 30,000. 30,000 only, no 100. For the value received. On whom it is drawn? It is drawn on Mr. Yogesh Tilak. And his address is Narayanpet, Pune. And Mr. Yogesh Tilak will have to accept the same. And the date of acceptance given by the problem is how much? Which is the date? 20th July. 20th July 2019. And here also I am supposed to write the name of the drawer, which is Mukund Desai. I hope you have understood the concept. Pause the video, check the format which is drawn by you, written by you, compare it with my format. If there is any mistake, please rectify your format, and then we'll go ahead. Top right corner, drawer. Bottom left corner, drawee. In the sentence, write the name of the payer, the payee, and his address. Don't forget to write the name of drawer again, just below his signature, and drawee's name will come twice. Number one, his name and his address, and number two, below accepted, he is supposed to write his name and put his signature. Okay, so that's all, and he is also required to write the date on which it is accepted by him. This is called as bill after date, so that 90 days will not be counted from 20th July, 90 days will be counted from 16th July. I hope everybody has understood the concept. Let me go ahead now for the next question. Anuradha Patil. Now the question is, the format or the method of giving question is changed little bit. In the previous questions they had clearly given who is a drawer, who is a drawee, and other things. Now here it is given in a sentence manner. You will have to read on your own. You will have to identify who is a drawer, who is a drawee, who is the acceptor, or who is the payee, who is the payer. Anuradha Patil, 37A ICC Towers, Goregaon, Mumbai, drew a bill. Anuradha Patil drew a bill. Anuradha Patil drew a bill. That means Anuradha Patil is the drawer. On which date? 23rd January. Date of bill, top right corner, for 57,450, just below the stamp. Bill was drawn for 2 months. First part of the sentence, 2 months after date, but here it is mentioned that it should be after sight. You have to be careful now. This is not an after date bill, but this is after sight bill. So the sentence will be 2 months after sight. Okay. On whom it is drawn? Shanti Vishwakarma. Bill is drawn on Shanti Vishwakarma. Shanti Vishwakarma is the person to whom order is given. Shanti Vishwakarma becomes our drawee. So bottom left corner, Shanti Vishwakarma, number 43, Bhosle Nagar, Solapur. Payable to Shyamala Kate, Nashik. Shyamala Kate को पेमेंट करना है. Shyamala Kate ला पैसे द्यायचे आहेत. So Shyamala Kate becomes payee. म्हणजे ते सेंटेन्स मधलं नाव येणार आहे. 2 months after sight, pay Shyamala Kate, Nashik, or her order. And the bill was accepted on which date? 27 January. That means acceptance date is 27 January. From the above details, prepare format of bill of exchange. Let me disappear from the screen and let me copy the previous format, and then we'll try to solve it in the current problem. Okay, so let me quickly check the things here. So format is ready for you. I am little bit lucky as compared to you because I can just copy and paste it. You people are little bit unlucky because you don't have the capacity of copy paste. You'll have to draw the things. So pause the video, draw the things, and then resume the video. Okay, who is drawing it? Anuradha Patil. So I'll say Miss Anuradha Patil. You can say Miss, you can say Mrs. That's not a problem. Nothing is mentioned. It is better to call Miss. Miss Anuradha Patil. She is staying at which place? 37A ICC Towers. 37A ICC Towers. Okay, 37 -A, ICC Towers, Goregaon, Mumbai. Okay, it depends upon you. Even if it goes in 2 pages, it's okay, don't worry. Okay, even if it goes in 2 lines, don't worry, that is also acceptable. And what is the date of drawing the bill? The bill is drawn on which date? It is drawn on 23rd January. 23rd January. (2019) or 2020. Yeah, 2020. Bill is of rupees 57,450. The bill says it is 2 months after sight. Pay, the name of the payee is given as Shyamala Kate. Who is from Nashik, not from Panvel. In the previous problem it was Panvel. Nashik. Or her order. Now I cannot say his order. A sum of rupees 57,450 only. for the value received. Who is drawing it? It is drawn by Anuradha Patil. Let us write down the name of Anuradha. Drawn on whom? It is drawn on Shanti Vishwakarma. So I'll write here Miss Shanti Vishwakarma. Who is staying at number 43 Bhosle Nagar, Solapur. Number 43 Bhosle Nagar, Solapur. I hope it is easy to understand. And accepted by whom? Accepted by Shanti Vishwakarma. Shanti Vishwakarma. And the date of acceptance is 27th January 2020. 27th January 2020. Now remember, since they have clearly mentioned that it should be after sight, that's why I have changed my wording. In the earlier two answers I had used the word after date, but in this question I have considered the answer as after sight because it is a clear instruction that it should be after sight. Now what is the meaning of the same? The meaning is very simple. In the previous two questions, the period of 3 months was counted from 3rd June. Period of 90 days was counted from 16th July. Now the period of 2 months will not be counted from 23rd January, but it will be counted from 27th January because it is which bill? It is after sight bill. It is not after date bill. I hope everybody has understood the concept. Now let me go ahead with the next one. See the question. Mr. Amol Sane 42 Gangadham MG Road Ratnagiri draws a 45 days bill. So Amol Sane is drawing, that means Amol Sane is the drawer, top right corner. Okay, 45 days bill, period is 45 days. On Mrs. Sagarika Mane 345 Kumtekar Road Pune, drawn on Sagarika, so Sagarika becomes drawee, that means bottom left corner. Okay, for rupees 18,750 amount on 1st March, date of bill, which was accepted on 4th March, that is acceptance ka date, for rupees 15,000 only. So although bill is drawn for 18,750, acceptance is a qualified acceptance. Qualified acceptance, I hope everybody knows it. Qualified acceptance, qualified as to time, or qualified as to place, or qualified as to amount, or qualified as to parties, and qualified as to condition. Here in front of accepted you will have to write the additional qualification. So what we will do, when we are writing this amount, or when we are writing the word accepted, we'll write accepted for rupees 15,000 only. Clear? Okay, which was accepted by Sagarika for 15,000 only. Let us prepare the particular thing. Rest of the things are very easy. It's an after date bill because they have not used the word after sight. If nothing is mentioned, we always assume that the bill is after date. If nothing is mentioned, we always assume that the bill is after date. So drawn by whom? Drawn by Amol Sane. The address of Mr. Sane is 42 Gangadham MG Road Ratnagiri. And the date of the bill is, it is drawn on which date? 1st of March 2020. 1st March 2020. The amount of bill is 18,750. No sir, it is 15,000. Don't worry. Drawer has drawn 18,750. Drawee will put conditional acceptance. Okay. Next one, 45 days after the bill. 45 days after date. Pay whom? Pay, nothing is mentioned. That means it will be considered as pay me or my order. A sum of rupees 18,750 only. For the value received, भूलने का नहीं है. For the value received, on whom it is drawn? It is drawn on Sagarika Mane, who stays at 345 Kumtekar Road, Pune. 345 Kumtekar Road, Pune. Kumtekar Road, Pune. What happening? Now while writing it, she will specify accepted for rupees 15,000 only. Accepted for rupees 15,000 only. I hope it is easy to understand. Accepted for rupees 15,000 only. Clear? And then she can put 2 lines here. Then she may specify her name, Sagarika Mane, and it is accepted by her on which date? 4th March 2020. 4th March 2020. And here obviously the name should be of the drawer. In this problem the name of the drawer is Amol Sane. Okay, so check it out. If you have any difficulty, please go through the problem again. Bill of exchange is the format. Mr. Amol Sane is the drawer. His address is written. Date of drawing the bill is written. Amount for which the bill is drawn is written. The period of the bill is 45 days. They have not mentioned whether it is after date or after sight or any other method. In that case, it is assumed to be after date. And then the name of the payee is not given. That means it will be pay me or my order. Then the amount in words and amount in figures should match. Then Sagarika Mane and her address, because she is the drawee. And most important, then when she is accepting the thing, at that time she is going to add additional words there. She is going to specify accepted but for rupees 15,000 only. Thereafter her name and signature, and thereafter the date of acceptance. But remember, in this problem, since it is bill after date, it is a bill after date, that means the period of bill 45 days will not be counted from 4th March, but it will be counted from 1st March. I hope it is clear to all of you. Okay, I'll do one more thing. In the previous problems also, on this word accepted, let me add some lines here. Okay, accepted word will have lines here, top and bottom. The word accepted will have lines. Here I have already done it, no problem. Let me consider next question. What is the next question? Partners of Nirja Publishing House, Nariman Point, Mumbai, Samir Gupta draws a bill of exchange for 1 month on 9th February 2020 for rupees 62,000 on Namrata Kokil, Panvel Road, Kharghar, payable to Miss Vidya Traders, Lonavala. This bill was accepted on the same day for 2 months. From the above details, prepare a format of bill of exchange. So be careful. Who is drawing the bill? Partners of Nirja Publishing House, Nariman Point, Mumbai. Who is that person? Samir Gupta. Samir Gupta is the partner of Nirja Publishing House and is drawing the bill. Bill is for 1 month. It is drawn on 9th February 2020. The amount of bill is rupees 62,000, and it is drawn on whom? Namrata Kokil. So the drawee, that is bottom left corner, will be Namrata Kokil, Panvel Road, Kharghar, and the payee is Vidya Traders, Lonavala. The bill is accepted on the same day but for 2 months. So although it is mentioned that the bill is for 1 month, it is accepted by this Namrata not for 1 month, but it is accepted by Namrata for 2 months. That means it is qualified acceptance as to time. Okay, let us draw the format of bill of exchange quickly. Just a moment. Yes. Who is drawing it? Mr. Samir Gupta, partner of Nirja Publishing House. Mr. Samir Gupta, partner, Nirja Publishing House, Nariman Point, Pune. Nariman Point, Pune. It's not Pune, sorry, Mumbai. Mistake on my part. Sorry for that. Yes. And the date of bill is known to us. It was drawn on which date? 9th February 2020. So let me write down here 9th February 2020. February 2020. Done. Okay. Bill is for how much amount? Bill is for 62,000. Bill is for how many months? 1 month. It is not for days now, it is in months. 1 month. Have they told you after date or after sight? Nothing is mentioned. That means it must be considered as after date. 1 month after date. Pay whom? Pay to Messrs. Vidya Traders, Lonavala. Pay to Messrs. Vidya Traders, comma, Lonavala, semicolon, or their order, because it is now Messrs, not a single person. Their order, a sum of rupees 62,000 only. Rupees 62,000 only for the value received. Who has drawn it? Mr. Samir Gupta, partner of Nirja Publishing House. Mr. Samir Gupta, partner, Nirja Publishing House. Okay. Accepted is for 2 months. I hope it is clear to understand. Okay, accepted is for 2 months, so we are considering like that. Next part, on whom it is drawn? It is drawn on Namrata Kokil, Panvel Road, Kharghar. And she is putting her qualified acceptance. Then she is going to put her name and signature. And then she is going to put the date of her acceptance. On which date she has accepted it? On the same day. On the same day, that means it is 9th February 2020. Please remember that when you are writing the name of partner, you will have to also mention under which partnership firm he is working as a partner, and accordingly you have to write his other details. Okay, so that is what is required to be kept in mind. Namrata Kokir madam, and then this is the information here. Okay, so that's all. I hope it is easy to understand. Clear to all of you? Next, let me just change the font here. Okay, this is coming here. Yes. Next one is demand bill. That means now we are preparing the third type of bill: on site, on demand, or on presentment bill. Read the problem. Prepare a format of the bill of exchange from the following details: drawer Kedar Pandit, 22-1 Kalpataru Estate, Pirangut, Pune. Drawee is Gauri Mule, Vashi, Navi Mumbai. Date of bill is 14th of August 2019. Date of acceptance is 17th of August 2019, and amount is rupees 38,740. You can understand that they have not given the period here. Since the period is not given, that means this is not a bill which is having a finite life, but this is a bill which is having infinite life. That's why it is called as on site, on demand, on presentment bill. Clear? Chalo, let us start preparing the format. Let me disappear from the screen so that you can concentrate on your format. I'll take a simple one, not a partner one. Who is drawer? Mr. Kedar Pandit. Mr. Kedar Pandit. What is his address? His address is 22/1 Kalpataru Estate, Pirangut, Pune. 22/1, Kalpataru Estate, Pirangut, Pune. Okay, Kalpataru Estate, Pirangut, Pune. What is the day of drawing the bill? 14th of August 2019. 14th August 2019. Bill is of rupees how much? It is of rupees 38,740. 38,740. On site, or you can also write on demand. That is the easiest thing for you to remember. On demand, pay me. There are three words: on site, on demand, on presentment. Any of the three words are okay, but for 12th standard it is better to write on demand. On demand, pay me or my order a sum of rupees 38,740. $38,740 only for the value received. Who is drawing the bill? It is drawn by Kedar Pandit. On whom it is drawn? It is drawn on Gauri Mule. And what is her address? Her address is Vashi, Navi Mumbai. There is no qualification she has put, so it is only accepted, and it will be Miss Gauri Mule. And the date of acceptance is 17th of August 2019. August 2019. Clear? So that's all. This is on demand bill. This is not having a specific period. This is infinite life bill. Till the time it is not going to be presented to Gauri Mule, it can be used for the purpose of different transaction settlement. It is called as endorsement. So earlier bills also were possible to be endorsed, remember, but they could be endorsed only up to the specific period, that is 90 days or 2 months or whatever, 45 days etc., or 1 month etc. This bill is not having any specific life, finite life. So till the time it is not going to be presented to Gauri for the purpose of payment, it can be continuously used for the purpose of endorsement. Now what is the meaning of endorsement? We are going to discuss in the next lecture. Don't worry about that particular concept. We are going to discuss it in detail. What are the different things which will happen to a bill of exchange once it is drawn and accepted, and accordingly how the accounting entries will be passed. Okay. Now this is a promissory note. This is a different format. At the heading part you will find that the wording is changed. The original wording was bill of exchange. Now we are going to call it as promissory note. Then the stamp will be on left hand side, and then on the right hand side Miss Mamta Samant, 13B Commerce Center, Mumbai. Pin code is 4000 or whatever it is 1, and then 1st January 2020 it is drawn, rupees 20,000. 3 months after date, I promise to pay. There is no order which is given, but it's a promise which is given. Miss Veena Verma or her order a sum of rupees 20,000 only for the value received, and it is signed by Mamta Samant, she herself. Then there is Miss Veena Verma, who is staying at 10A City Center, Prabhat Road, Pune 411004. That's the address of Veena Verma. Now this is a promissory note. There is no need of acceptance because the person who is drawing it, he himself or she herself has already promised. So there is no question of acceptance required here. Okay. Bill of exchange will require acceptance. Promissory note doesn't require it. So what is the nature? The nature is promissory note. Who is the drawer or maker? The drawer or maker is Mamata. Who is the drawee or payee? The drawee or payee is Veena Verma. Okay. What is the date of drawing? The date of drawing is 1st Jan 2020. Okay. What is the date of acceptance? It's not required. Why? Because it's a promissory note. Promissory note doesn't require date of acceptance. What is the period? Period is how many days? 3 months. Okay, 3 months. What is the type? It is after sight or on site or after date. It is after date because the wording is after date. And what is the amount? The amount is rupees 20,000. Okay, I hope you have understood the basic idea of bill of exchange properly. Clear to all of you? Very good. So here you complete your first lecture. It talks about what are the different things which we discussed today. We discussed a lot of different things. We talked about 2 different types of businesses, B2C and B2B. We understood the way in which transactions can be completed. B2B, there is a problem. Transactions are big transactions, big value transactions. So it is better to use either check or internet banking or bill of exchange or promissory note. Check, bill of exchange, promissory note are called as negotiable instruments. They are covered under the Negotiable Instrument Acts of 1881. Okay. Then we have to consider what is the meaning of bill of exchange. It's an instrument in writing, unconditional order signed by the maker, and a lot of different other details. Then we considered what is the meaning of promissory note. Then we considered the features of bill of exchange and what are the parties to bill of exchange. Then we also discussed about promissory note, its features, and what are the parties to promissory note. Then we understood 3 different types in which that bill of exchange can be drawn: after date, after sight, and on site or on demand. And then we considered the pro forma of bill of exchange. Based on that, we understood the types of acceptance also. After considering that, we solved multiple problems. Each problem was having one or other method or one or other special points. The points to be kept in mind is that top right corner is always drawer, bottom left corner is always drawee. I am repeating again: top right corner drawer, bottom left corner drawee. In the middle at the bottom you should write accepted with a line running over it and below it, that is under it. Then the name and signature of the drawee. So drawee's name comes twice because here it is along with his signature and date of acceptance, then drawer's signature and drawer's name above the line accepted. Okay, these are the things. Then we understood what is after date and what is after site, and then we also understood how the qualified acceptance can be introduced, different types of qualification we studied, and then we even considered what is the meaning of on demand wala bill, and then we studied the features of promissory note. So here I complete the lecture on basics of theory of drawing a bill of exchange, because this is our own paper, we are drawing it. So the language, format, everything should be complete. Just like RBI is designing its own currency note, you are designing your own promissory note. RBI is designing its own currency note, you are designing the bill of exchange order. So you'll have to remember how the thing should be written. You cannot change the format. If it is changing the format, then it may find it difficult. It will be difficult for the purpose of proving certain things or getting certain rights in the court of law. It is not completely invalid, but yes, it will be a little bit difficult. So it is better to keep the format same. Okay, and in examination it is compulsory. In the next lecture I am going to talk about the concepts of due date. It is having very fascinating point about due date. So next lecture, theory lecture again for due date, and some problems of calculation of due date I'll consider. Once that is over, then we'll consider the problems with special situations which may happen in the life of bill of exchange. So I'm very happy that you have completed the lecture with me. A little bit boring lecture because it is having lot of different theory points and lot of different pro forma points, but you have kept your stamina. Keep it up. In the next lecture you will find it more interesting, and third lecture onwards, one problem per lecture. You are going to enjoy it more. Okay, so thank you. Bye bye.